It's Wednesday, the first around 10 of April.
Woo, woo.
How you doing, Cathy?
April 2nd.
Yeah.
I'm good.
We got a fun show today. We got lots of people hanging out with us.
More than full house today.
Yeah, I'm excited. We got to get to it. We've got two city commissioners in Katima, Smith-Willis, and Leesa Unger, and Blair Hecker is here to chat in another edition of City Scoop.
That's
about
right.
affordable housing. And then we'll have Natalie, Lile, and a couple of students here talk about foreign exchange program, which is a lot of fun.
I just found fascinating.
Yeah, it's something that's really near and dear to my
and
heart.
I learned that this morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And of course, we'll talk about the community calendar, find out what's coming up on Cable 10, lots of stuff. So we got to start the show. Welcome, everybody, to Around 10, Frankfort's very own morning show, made possible by the Frankfort Plant Board, with support from Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher, and our newest sponsor, Serafini, in downtown Frankfort.
Welcome, Serafini.
Yeah, welcome. The water's warm over in Around 10. I appreciate their support and folks at Exit Realty Crutcher as well. How you doing, Cathy, on a Wednesday?
I'm great. And I'm just thinking, yesterday was April Fool's Day. Did anybody get you?
I almost got at the very end of the day yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I was on Instagram, and one of my bands posted a thing that was like, "Oh, we're unfortunately going to have to change our name," and it was like a long note, and I had to go into the comments. I was like, "Is this real?"
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a gotcha. What about you? Did anybody get you?
Nobody got me. I don't think. I mean, if they did, they still have me. But I made a lame attempt at getting some of our guys here. We were in a meeting yesterday, and I tried to throw out some new assignments. I was like,
fun.
And here, this is happening. And they just looked at me like,
You're kidding.
You're kidding. I'm like, yeah, April Fools.
Does that mean you don't have a great poker face? Or was it just too...
I just can't take it. I was looking at David Columbia's face, and he's just scowling at me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
He can read people pretty well, too, so I'll give him that. We do want to open up our question of the day today, because like I said, we got lots of guests, so we'll rotate in and out.
Yeah,
me and you
that's
will.
How
we're going with it today, yeah. But it's a fun one here first. Happy National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day to all those who celebrate. I'm one of those people, but it's got us wondering, and part one of our question of the day, if you want to answer that one, if you're a crunchy or smooth peanut butter person, and then the bonus for that one is if you go with grape or strawberry jelly.
Okay.
What about you?
For a long time, I was crunchy because I used it when I was making stuff that had to have peanuts in it anyway. So I was like, might as well just use the crunchy. But now my family prefers creamy, smooth.
Yeah,
so
I'm definitely creamy.
I go with the creamy.
Yeah, same for me. And I do grape jelly as well.
I like the, we don't do jelly.
No, just PBs?
PB, well, my kid likes peanut butter and Nutella.
Oh, yeah. That's a good move.
Yeah. So,
that's a little too sweet for me for just like a lunch, but for like a treat, Nutella's.
Did you know that Jif now makes a chocolate peanut butter?
No.
And that's like a little treat at our house.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like you just get a little bit and you just eat it off the spoon.
One thing that changed it for me, I was definitely mostly PB, and I would do some jelly occasionally, but we found some, we call it our bougie jelly.
That
we found some, I don't remember where we found it, maybe in Kroger or somewhere, but because we don't do it a ton, so it's a little more expensive, but we make it last for quite a while.
Okay.
But it kind of changed the game. For PB&Js for me, folks can let us know on that on Facebook and our text machine as well, which is 502-353-0233. And then part two of our question of the day, if you want to answer that one as well.
Okay.
It was bad news about Val Kilmer passed away yesterday.
I saw this last night on Facebook, and I was like, what?
I know.
And
we're big movie people around here, so of course he made an impact on us throughout his career and various movies he was in. But it's got us wondering, and shout out maybe your favorite Val Kilmer role, or if you can't pick one, some of your favorite movies that he's been in over the years.
Well, Top Gun, Iceman.
Yeah, that's on a lot of people top of the list. Yep.
That's who. Yeah. There's Iceman. Wow. So I liked him in Top Gun, but then I loved. I mean, even after he was sick, seeing him reprise that role in Maverick. And
very
he was
emotional
still
moment.
not able to speak well because that was part of his disease. And so it was in the storyline. So he was texting with Maverick a lot. And then at the end, I mean, at the last of his scene, he like spoke and it was almost like a whisper.
Yeah, and it was just such a powerful moment in that movie for sure. And I loved him in Tombstone as well. Lots of people would say Heat. And then, of course, he played Jim Morrison in The Doors, which actually is a movie I've never seen. I'm not really a big biopic guy, so I haven't seen that one. There he is there.
Tombstone was awesome.
But I have to give him love before I'm going to take off here in just a second and let Blair come in with our guest. But I got to give him some love for being Batman when I was a kid. That was one of my all-time favorite movies.
There he is.
Yeah, Batman Forever. And then also shout out to him and MacGruber as well. He's the villain in MacGruber, back 13 years ago, and really brings it in that movie. What a silly, wild movie. Yeah. But you could tell he was having a good time.
Yes.
You can comment on Facebook. We've already got a couple of comments rolling in. And then also on our text machine, again, that number is 502-353-0233. Already got a couple of responses over here. So we'll check back in on that here in just a second. But like we said, Cathy, we got lots of fun guests here, lots of important people hanging out with us, taking time out of their day to share the good word with our viewers and our fans out there. So we're going to take a quick break. And then we come back. Blair Hecker is going to be here with Katima Smith-Willis and Leesa Unger. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Check out this new listing from the Hubbard team. Schedule your showing today for this lovely ranch home, which offers over 2,000 square feet of living space with 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths on a partially finished walkout basement. The home features lots of new updates, including a newly renovated eat-in kitchen with beautiful quartz countertops and a large screened-in covered porch with a gas fireplace, perfect for unwinding and relaxing. Located on the east side of town, close to shopping, restaurants, and schools. Contact Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher for a showing today.
Welcome to Serafini, where dining is an experience. From our friendly service, to our mouth-watering daily specials, pastas and salads, to our made-to-order, carefully crafted cocktails. Our goal is to give you a relaxing, casual atmosphere to enjoy lunch or dinner in historic downtown Frankfort. We also have a private dining room available for wedding rehearsals, private dinners, cocktail parties, or any other function. Visit us today at Serafini, where great food, drinks, and company come together.
And we're back, and look at this panel. Who ruled the world?
The dream team. The dream team this morning.
That's right. We've got our ladies of the city here.
Yeah.
And
who runs the world?
That's right. I'm sure all of you know Blair Hecker from the city. What's your title at the city?
Communications manager.
Communications manager.
Yes.
Leesa Unger, Katima Smith-Willis. They are both city commissioners, and we're so glad to have them here with us today because we've got important things to talk about. I think today we're talking about affordable housing.
We are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to give us first? Let's get into some city scoop.
Some city scoop.
What are some general city updates that we need to know about?
Springing.
Okay.
And we have so much going on. So first, make sure everyone is following the City of Frankfort Facebook. We are currently doing our own March Madness, the Great Parks Playoff. Yes. So we are doing a bracket challenge, pitting our parks facilities against each other, top 8, and we have made it this week to the final 4. So voting opened yesterday. Our final 4 parks are Dolly Graham versus Juniper Hills. And then today, you guys get to hear this secret information first before it comes out on the Facebook. Capital City Museum versus Cove Springs.
Oh, okay.
So everyone go on there. There's instructions for how to vote. Make sure you vote and give our park some love. Whoever wins our final park, we're going to have a food truck day at that park and just invite the public out to come enjoy our park.
That's so cool.
So yeah, party at the park.
Can I give a shout out to East Frankfort Park?
Yes.
Man, I took Archie the dog
We love
out
Archie.
to the dog park.
We love Archie.
Saturday, and it was amazing.
Yep.
And it's the first time we've been there when there are actually other dogs there. He had a blast.
I love it.
And I'm like, and then they have this they have an enclosed area that's like wooded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. He just ran and ran. He found the stream and was
And the mud.
Yeah.
My dog always finds the mud. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it was awesome. So East Frankfort Park.
Listen,
That's so great.
our parks are top notch. This bracket challenge is almost a little unfair because they're all
hard to
so
choose. It is hard to
amazing.
choose.
Yeah.
We went to Dolly Graham yesterday, and all the kids were out, and it was just a nice day. And I'm still in awe of the Dolly Graham transformation. So
oh my gosh,
amazing.
I love
so
it. Great.
Well, you can still go vote for Dolly Graham in the Final Four.
vote
It's up there.
Yep.
All right. So speaking of other fun things, our special event calendar is set for the year, and I am not going to go over all of them because we would be here for the rest of the day. So make sure you go to the city's website and you can sign up under the Notify Me tab to get notifications specifically from our special events calendar.
Okay.
You get text and or email alerts for all of our special events.
Nice.
Which is exciting. The trolley is up and running. Yay! And of course, Mr. John Unger, who we love, who's our trolley driver, started up yesterday. So go catch a ride on the Frankfurt trolley. And then our household hazardous waste collection day is coming up Saturday, April the 19th from 8 a.m. until noon at Rouse Avenue. That's our twice annual collection day in partnership with Franklin County Solid Waste. Open for any city, county resident.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big deal. Big good day to do some spring cleaning, get rid of all of your
gosh.
old chemicals and oil-based paints
things.
and automotive fluids and whatever else you got laying around.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's great.
That's some scoop for you.
That's some scoop. I love the city scoop.
We love the scoop.
We love the scoop.
Yes, we love it.
With the Fritos.
What I'm telling you, listen, little Easter egg there. Watch my snack chats and do a deep dive on some Fritos. It's great.
All right. So all of that is very interesting.
Yes.
Let's get down to brass tacks here about affordable housing.
So affordable housing. So actually April is National Fair Housing Month. And so this is a very appropriate time to highlight a semi-new committee that we've got going on in the city of Frankfurt, but is of utmost importance. And so we're going to let Commissioner Smith-Willis and Commissioner Unger talk to you a little bit more about that today. This committee, the Affordable Housing Committee, is a city established committee. It was formed in early 2024. It's made up of the city manager, the assistant city manager, our planning and community development director, and then, of course, our 2 board representatives who were selected by the entire Board of Commissioners to serve on this board. And so we're going to let them tell you guys more about this really important initiative in our city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leesa, tell us about it.
So housing's a top priority for us here at the city of Frankfurt. We did a housing study that was conducted in 2023. And basically from that data, as well as data from the Kentucky Housing Corporation, we know that housing is needed, specifically middle and moderate and low-income households. So basically a goal of this committee is to provide guidance on how to utilize available resources, recommend policy changes that'll aid in the development of affordable housing to our city commission, and then appropriate planning and zoning boards as needed. So really we'll look at some eligible properties that could be turned into housing.
Okay.
We'll recommend zone changes that support the creation of housing and identifying other infrastructure that will basically just help develop housing in our community. So our committee, we'll meet quarterly and we'll make policy recommendations to the full board. So hopefully it just helps any new housing opportunities in the city.
Okay.
And overall, we'll just focus on how we as a city can remove barriers to establish affordable housing.
Okay.
And so we're being proactive and working with stakeholders to advertise to developers and bring new housing opportunities to Frankfurt. So.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going well.
Well, you are a veteran commissioner here. How long have you been on the city commission?
I'm in my 5th year, so 3rd term.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Katima, you're new. So you
Talk about the pressure.
Yeah, you just joined the commission and joined this committee. So tell us about some of the current projects the Affordable Housing Committee is working on.
Yeah, thank you. It was an honor to be put on this committee with Leesa. I am like trekking in her footsteps, so I have a really great person to look up to. So I'm really excited to be on the Affordable Housing Committee. And I can't say the committee hit the ground running with me, so I am going to pay homage to the committee while it was created last year. They hit the ground running the past year. So they began working with the pros in the game of affordable housing and learning about best practices, ways to receive tax and development incentives, and just how local government can best encourage the development of affordable housing here in Frankfort. One of the initial focuses that has been just trying to identify city properties here in town that could be eligible for donation, and then going through the process to procure development. So, they've worked with the Kentucky Housing Corporation to learn about their affordable housing tax incentive programs and how the city can just best support the program for Frankfort. So that's like one of the few things that I personally have just kind of been taking a seat back and just kind of observing. I think the last time I was here talking to you all I'm a freshman in the game, so I'm just really taking a seat back and observing and listening. So come next term.
That is so important.
It is very important.
So important.
There's time to talk, and there's time to be a sponge.
Absolutely.
That's why I did not come on here and say I'm going to promise all these things.
We're not experts.
We're not experts.
We're here to listen from the experts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, just through this process, I think the committee has been looking at relevant zoning changes and permitting processes that could be updated to streamline the process of development for more affordable housing. This year I think you'll see some specific policy recommendations based on this, just based on what's brought to the city commission itself, that we hope will make the process easier for developers and hopefully hear about some new development projects coming to Frankfort. So I'm really, really excited. It's a really nice time for us right now.
Okay. Well, you both were nominated to this committee by the whole commission. Is that something you were rallying for, you jockeyed for? Or so why is it, both of you, why is it important for you to be on this committee, and what are your goals for it?
Go first, bro.
Okay. Yeah. So when I knew it was a committee we were going to form, I just immediately, I got to have it. So, I think a goal of mine is always just improve citizens' daily lives. And so how could you do it any better than provide affordable, adequate housing for community and just grow the housing stock? Because, that study showed we needed it. So it became a personal goal as well as a board goal, and so I wanted to be a part of the first committee.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. How about you, Katima?
Yeah, for me, I guess I just have always seen my mom struggle throughout my life trying to find, even like when I was younger, just affordable housing.
Yes.
And just me going through the motions as a mother and in the home with my co-parent, and then we have Milo. So I have also people in my circle that are in the same demographic as me that have a really hard time just finding affordable housing.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I want to do it. And I really wanted to just dig my feet in, of course, be a sponge, because I feel like it takes a fresh set of eyes, some new ears, and somebody that's in the thick of this thing called life to, be on this committee. So I was super excited to join the committee, and I'm looking forward to bringing some, just talking to these developers and seeing what we can bring to Frankfort.
Absolutely. So if somebody's watching, and they're like, I want to know more about it, or how can I keep up on what's going on, what can they do?
So it is a committee of the city government. So all meetings are open, and they're public meetings. They are quarterly at 10 a.m. on every third Tuesday of the month. So that's advertised, State Journal, on our Facebook. And so anybody's welcome. It's been a really open committee. So we have people that really care about affordable housing and growing that stock in our community, and they're showing up every meeting. So anyone's open, welcome. Yeah. Updates and policy recommendations will also be brought to the full commission, so you'll hear about those on Cable 10, Facebook, as well as, of course, those are open to the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and if anybody has questions, they can just contact you guys.
Of course.
Contact us.
Email,
they
call.
All the things are pretty, I think me and Leesa are fairly accessible to get in contact with. But I definitely encourage everybody to pop in if you can, because it's a very relaxed environment, but it's good to hear feedback from the public.
Okay. Well, we sure do appreciate all you all are doing. Affordable housing is so crucial right now. housing in general is crucial right now, but affordable housing, it's something that Frankfort really needs. We're trying to do this growth thing, and we need places to put people.
We do. People need a place
People
to
need
live.
a place. They need a roof over their heads.
That's right.
Yes.
And our community is growing. Like,
Yes.
this
We
is
are
a
growing.
really good committee for us to have, I think, to stay on top of our growth as a
Yes.
city as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, again, thank you all so much for coming. This has been a great
Thank
panel.
you.
Because
Of
what is
course.
it? Who rule the world?
Girls.
Also, I want to mention.
sorry, Zack.
Also, I want to mention Blair's episode of Snack Chat. She gave you a little appetizer teaser about
Sorry,
it.
I guess did I spill the tea on that? My bad.
No, it's fine. You just teased it. You did a great job.
This episode, Blair's episode, is going to make its debut this Friday on Cable 10 and the Cable 10 YouTube channel.
This was a lifelong dream of mine, so I just want to thank you guys for making this happen for me.
So check it out for sure. Right now, let me tell you, the sun was shining this morning, and we like to see that. So we're going to check out the weather and what Dylan Godet from the ABC 36 Storm Team has to say about what's coming up.
Time for your ABC 36 Storm Team forecast.
Good morning to our friends in Franklin County. Thanks for tuning in to Around 10. I'm ABC 36 Storm Team meteorologist Dylan Godet here with a weather impact day that goes into place late this evening through your Thursday. Here in Frankfort, we're right in the middle of this threat for central Kentucky, especially as you head west towards Louisville. All forms of severe weather are on the table tonight, including damaging wind gusts, which is going to be the primary threat. But we can't rule out that tornado risk, especially from Frankfort north and westward. And then tomorrow becomes more of a flash flooding concern as this line of storms stalls out over top of us. Today, warm and windy, but by the late evening hours, this is 9 o'clock, those storms are just to the west of Louisville, and then as you head closer to midnight, here comes our round of storms for us here in Frankfort. There could be some rotation, especially on the leading edge of this line of storms, so that's going to be worth watching. And then waves of heavy rain move in during the overnight hours as this line of storms stalls out. The biggest question mark is, does this line stall out right over top of Frankfort? Because this band of rain that sets up tomorrow is going to likely cause some flooding concerns. And then as you head late Thursday night, could see another round of strong to severe storms overnight and into your Friday morning. It's again just waves upon waves of storms. There will be breaks, but when it's raining, it's going to be coming down at a heavy clip. For today, warm and very windy with a pop-up shower storm during the day. The storm threat really doesn't move in until tonight. Windy with strong to severe storms pushing in, likely right around, don't let your guard down, 10, 11 o'clock, but it's likely closer to midnight as we're starting to fine-tune the timing forecast. Stay weather aware on your Thursday. If you live in a low-lying and flood-prone area and this line of storms stalls out over top of Frankfort, you're going to start to run into some issues. This is a level 3 out of 4 flood risk out for your day on Thursday.
All right, we're back here on Around 10. Thanks so much to Dylan Godet for his weather report there. We've got a new group of guests, a new group of friends hanging out with us this morning. Good morning. We've got Natalie, Lile here, and we've got David, who is a Swedish exchange student, and Stella, who's an Italian exchange student. Good morning. Welcome to Around 10.
Good morning.
Thank you all for being here. Natalie, we'll start with you. Tell us, so we're here to talk about foreign exchange.
Correct.
Right. Very important program. Very cool.
I think so.
And so, but you're with EF,
yes,
right?
EF. High school exchange year. EF is a huge company.
Yeah.
You've probably heard of them. If you've gone on a spring break trip with your high school, it's probably an EF trip. But they do lots of different things. But I'm with the high school exchange year program.
Okay. Well, what do you do with EF?
I am an international exchange coordinator, and this is one of my side gigs. Mm-hmm. And what I do is I find host families, really, really good host families, to host these amazing kids who come over we have several countries in Europe and Asia who send their 14 through 17-year-olds over here to spend either a half a year or a full high school year to experience high school, American high school, yellow school buses, lockers, pep rallies.
Like the full American high school experience.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. And then, and just so folks know as well, when these kids come over, they actually get high school credit, right? For a lot of them.
Some of them do, some of them don't.
Okay.
These guys I don't think they will. So they choose. They have to make the choice to take a year off out of their home schools and come over here, spend the year, and then go back and graduate a year after, the kids who they've come up with. But I think a lot of their friends make the same choices. So I don't know what percentage it is, but I think it's a decent percentage, probably 10% maybe, who do exchanges. And so...
we've got a couple students here hanging out with us this morning. We can speak to them about their experiences as well. David, you guys are both students at Western Hills, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And David, you're from Sweden. How has your school year been so far? You've been here since August, maybe, or July. Okay, of last year. Okay.
It's been really good. I love it.
Yeah.
A lot of different activities, very different from Europe.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And what was that sort of? You spoke to it a little bit, Natalie, about a lot of these students make. It is a sacrifice. You're coming here to have this experience, but you're also away from your families and your regular day-to-day life and your friends as well. Has that been a little bit difficult for you coming over?
Sometimes it comes in like waves.
Sure.
But it's just you need to find people here that you can spend time with.
Yeah.
And sort of distract from your own home.
Yeah. And then you're really in, right? I mean, you're here by yourself. There's no friends or family from your home, and you're ingratiating into sort of American culture and high school and all the fun that comes with it.
David's in the marching band.
Oh, right. Yes. And you were also in a play. Did I see that too?
Yeah,
were you in Greece? Okay. How was that?
I loved it.
Have you done anything like that before in Sweden? Never.
This was my first time.
Wow. Honestly, good for you. That could be really hard. There's a picture of you on stage in camera in costume. That could be a really hard thing to do anywhere, whether you're visiting a new country or spending time somewhere else, but especially in your instance. Stella, what about you? How has your experience been so far?
Was good. I arrived there that my English was so bad. So at the beginning was really difficult. And but now I'm really more involved in like the life here. Mm-hmm. I started to do a lot of activities after school. I started swimming when I arrived there. But
and Stella's only been here since January, so she's a half-time student.
Okay,
yes,
great.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. So now I'm in the track. I'm doing track, and I love it. And here is really different from Italy. Mm-hmm. I think that my biggest cultural shock was the car. Every people here move on car. And yes, but it was really different.
Yeah, here in Frankfurt, and I mean most of this part of the country, everybody has to have a car, a vehicle of some sort. We do have, thankfully, we do in Frankfurt have some public transportation, but not quite as much as the bigger cities, I would imagine, here in the States. But it's so good to be able to talk to you guys, and I'll congratulate both of you. Your English is honestly amazing. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
And Stella, you won an award. Is that right? Was it an FFA speech contest?
Oh yes.
Yeah. We've got an image there with J.R. Zenner. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yes, I did a speech about my country, an aquaculture speech. And was about blue crab that are an invasive species in our sea. Mm-hmm. And was a really challenge for me because it was a speech against person that was mother tongue native speaker, and it was a really challenge. But Zinner helped me so much, so it was a really good day, a really funny experience.
And she's going to get a blue jacket. That's what she wants to get to go home. Yes. She's very excited about that.
And honestly, again, I congratulate David on getting on stage and congratulate you for participating in that. And that can be kind of a tough thing to do, a speech contest like that. Natalie, tell us a little bit more about EF. I know you all are looking for families, always looking for families here in Frankfort.
We are. It's it's one of those things where people are like, oh, I don't think I'd be the best family for a student. And my philosophy on hosting is it's not all about the family. It's about the all over experience. They're here to go to high school, to make friends, to join whatever club they're interested in. I mean, I love having band kids, and I try to get a kid to be in the band because my kids were in the band. But I've had basketball players. My kids weren't basketball players. Yeah. My kids didn't run track. So having kids who are involved in anything they want to be involved in, I think is a good thing. You don't have to be the family who is going to take these kids on these great vacations. Oh, right. Their families back home will take them on vacation. They're here to go to high school, to have fun. If you're lucky as a host family, they'll make friends who take them on who are American friends who have cars and driver's licenses, who are respectable and who you can trust. I mean, you have to do your homework as a host mom, and then they can take them and do fun things with them. So, you can be like us. We're empty nesters. You can be a single person. You can be a family with young kids. You can be a family with high school kids. You can be a same-sex couple. You can be anything and you have to be over 25.
Sure.
There's a couple of rules. Obviously, you have to pass a background check. These kids are great, so I'm going to make sure that the host family is great. That does not mean you have to have a mansion. I mean, I have a tiny, it's a small home. It's barely big enough. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. And we've got 4 people and 3 dogs in there, okay? So you do not have to have a huge house. You don't have to have a great car. But you have to be a good family who's going to, all you have to do is provide 3 meals a day and transportation. They're going to buy their own prom tickets. They're going to buy their own prom dress and tuxedo. Right, yeah. They pay their own, food when they go out and their movie tickets when they go out and things like that.
Well, and we've spoken to David and Stella a little bit about their experience in the States, and I'll ask them. I'll have another question for them here in just a second. But I think sometimes we don't talk enough about the cultural impact that these kids have on us and the high school students that are benefiting from this, but also the families, right? I think it's is that something you've experienced as well, that the cultural impact that's on you from and just learning about other perspectives and other cultures?
Absolutely. I mean, you're not supposed to sit there and talk politics with them every day, and we don't do that. Right. But it's just interesting when something will come on the news to hear their perspective and to share your perspective. And so we have had very nice conversations with all of the exchange students that we've had in our homes. But, kind of to follow up on that, what you've said about their influence on other people in the community. I love to see at the end of the year, my sister and my mom have a big pool in their backyard. So we have a big pool party at the end of the year. Last year, there must have been 40 or 50 kids from Frankfort High and Western Hills who came to say goodbye to our exchange students. And that is, I think, the best reason to do this for Frankfort is the kids in Frankfort, our kids who are now have made friends with these kids who will be, people that they will remember and may, with all the technology these days, they'll stay in touch with them for the rest of their lives.
Oh yeah. And I can personally speak to that. Like foreign exchange is very near and dear to my heart because when I was a freshman in high school, my parents had an exchange student. His name's Pablo. He was from Mexico, and it was 22 years ago now.
Yeah.
And just back in 2018, I went to his wedding.
Oh,
and then back in 2022, he came to mine.
Oh,
but we've
nice.
always kept in contact since then, and it was a really special friendship. And we had other exchange students from Germany as well stay with us afterwards. But the perspective as an only child, the perspective it had that it gave me as what it would be like to have a sibling, but also to have a sibling and this close relationship with somebody from a different culture as well was just, I don't know, it was just a profound impact on me throughout my life. And I can speak to the other people that I went to high school with. They had such an amazing experience with the folks that and these kids who came over from another country. And I'll ask you guys too. We'll try to be a little lighter now, because it is a really special and important program. But David, what has been sort of your overall favorite thing about high school so far in America?
All the different ways that the school tries to interpret, like, the students to do stuff.
Yeah.
With people, sports, band, clubs, everything.
Like lots of different extracurricular activities and after school programs, stuff like that. Yeah. Stella, what about you?
Yes, I think the school too, because you can choose the subject that you want to do, and then there is a lot of activity that you can do after school. So yes, you can find what do you like. It's more easy. Okay.
Well, I appreciate you all for hanging out and being here and sharing your stories with us today and talking about foreign exchange. People can go to efexchangeyear.org. Is that right?
That sounds right. And, honestly...
we had a QR code as well.
Okay, yes. And the easiest way would be to find me on Facebook.
Okay.
Natalie, Lile, Lile. Find me on Facebook. Send me a message. And if you're interested... And again... I tell everybody, I'm Southern. I'm not going to bug you to death. I'm not going to hard sell you. I'm just going to answer your questions.
Yep.
And, if you have a question, I'd be glad to answer it. I am excited about this program. I think it's a great program, and I want people to be involved. We have lots of kids who are still waiting for host families, and I want them all to come to my house, and I can't bring them all to my house, and so I want to find good homes for them. Plus, I think Frankfurt is the best place for a kid to come and do an exchange. I think we are a wonderful community.
I agree.
I think it's a just right size. My first ever exchange student came from Berlin, and he said, I love Frankfurt because it's not a big city.
Yeah.
It's not a big city. It's not New York. It's not even Cincinnati. It's not a big city. So that difference was a good cultural exchange for him. I think but you can be on a basketball team, a baseball team, a football team in any of our schools. You can play in the band or choir or be in a play in any of our schools. And so if these kids can come to Frankfurt, they can experience the typical high school experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The student that stayed with us, his name was Clemens. He was from Germany. My second year, my sophomore year, I think he was from, I think maybe Cologne, but he stepped right in and was a starting goalkeeper for our soccer team. Because he was 6'4", and he took up the whole goal. So he could pop in and do that. And he actually played handball for the German national team before he came as like a 16-year-old. But they can, these kids can kind of come in and like you guys have said, pick whatever experience you'd like, and if you're into music, you're into you want to learn more about farming, you can do that, and speech and everything else, in sports as well. So what an incredible experience that I would champion for folks as well. But I thank you all for being here. We're gonna step aside, take a quick break. Before we let you guys go, do you want to answer the question of the day? How do you guys feel about peanut butter and jelly?
I like chunky peanut butter, but I like it on toasted bread.
Okay.
Without jelly.
Without jelly?
Yes.
So peanut butter.
Toasted bread.
On toasted bread. That's a good call. I do that. Do you ever put like bananas on it?
I don't.
That's a good try. What about you, David?
I've never had one.
Okay.
Never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Okay. Well, we will rectify that at all. Okay.
Stella, what about you?
Me neither.
Okay.
I love peanut butter with banana.
Okay.
Peanut butter, creamy.
Creamy? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. But you've had peanut butter before, right?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I like the peanut butter Snickers.
Okay.
Yeah, good shout. Good shout. All right. Thank you all so much for being here today. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll find out some more question of the day answers, and we'll do our community calendar. Lots of stuff to get to right after this.
Check out this new listing from the Hubbard team. Schedule your showing today for this lovely ranch home, which offers over 2,000 square feet of living space with 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths on a partially finished walkout basement. The home features lots of new updates, including a newly renovated eat-in kitchen with beautiful quartz countertops and a large screened-in covered porch with a gas fireplace, perfect for unwinding and relaxing. Located on the east side of town, close to shopping, restaurants, and schools. Contact Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher for a showing today.
Welcome to Serafini, where dining is an experience. From our friendly service to our mouth-watering daily specials, pastas and salads, to our made-to-order, carefully crafted cocktails. Our goal is to give you a relaxing, casual atmosphere to enjoy lunch or dinner at historic downtown Frankfort. We also have a private dining room available for wedding rehearsals, private dinners, cocktail parties, or any other function. Visit us today at Serafini, where great food, drinks, and company come together.
We're back here on Around 10. We had to get a quick pick with everybody.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, Cathy, when we have so many people here
I know,
in the studio.
They're excited about being
here. It's like a different
and,
energy and electricity on the show.
There is.
Yeah.
Although I did get comfortable on the couch over there. I was like, Natalie can just hang out the rest of the time.
We do have a couple of question of the day answers.
Okay.
We mentioned the unfortunate passing of Val Kilmer. But also, we're talking about peanut butter and jelly today as well.
Okay.
Zach McDonald weighs in. He said he did. He got had for April Fools.
Oh, okay.
He said a brewery he follows online posted that they were introducing a deviled egg beer.
Oh.
And he
He
bought
fell
it.
for
And
it.
he bought it for a second, and then it sunk in that it was a joke and dashing his hopes.
Okay.
I would try a deviled egg beer. I would try it. I don't know that it would be good.
You're adventurous.
But I would try it. Yeah.
I'd go, nope.
Crystal says, I don't mind either peanut butter. Either one of peanut butter. But typically she goes smooth. But grape jelly is the only answer.
Grape jelly. Okay.
Do you have any love for like strawberry jelly? Or?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, grape jelly is just that's the classic.
It's the OG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll put a little strawberry jelly on my biscuit.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Leslie says she only does PBs, so no jelly. But she likes smooth, so smooth peanut butter.
Okay.
And she does like strawberry jelly on toast.
Okay.
But not the PB&J.
Gotcha.
On toast.
Yeah.
Do you see any other comments?
Scott Stafford says he woke up to a real gut punch with the Val news, which, again, shocking.
I know.
That one hurts, he says. Doc Holliday has to be number 1, but an easy number 2 for me is Gay Perry from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Criminally underrated role and movie.
Yeah. I feel like people don't talk about that movie as much in terms of Val Kilmer.
Right.
I think because RDJ is in that, right? Okay. And so I think a lot of people...
I've never seen it.
I haven't either, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think a lot of people focus more on the RDJ aspect instead of Val because he did have so many other roles.
Right, right.
Zach McDonald says he liked The Saint.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was good.
He said he's pretty sure it doesn't hold up, but he liked it a lot when he was younger.
Oh, there's Robert Downey Jr. with Val Kilmer.
Oh, yeah. And then John Higginbotham chimed in as well. He said he was with Scott on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but another underrated was Kilmer as Ray Lavoie in Thunderheart. I don't know this movie. Do you?
I don't think I do either.
You may have to tell us a little bit more about
Okay.
that. Brett says he loved Val Kilmer in Real Genius. Yeah, that was one of his earlier big roles.
Yeah.
He's great there. But he says honorable mention to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And he said if you want a deeper cut, The Ghost in Darkness is a great 90s thriller too. which I haven't seen that either. I got to brush up on my Val Kilmer. And then he says, no strong feelings on crunchy versus smooth peanut butter, nor grape versus strawberry on the jelly front.
Okay, well.
He says he likes them all.
Good to know.
Yeah. And I think I'm probably like that. I definitely prefer smooth and prefer grape jelly. But if somebody had we only have strawberry or something and tried it.
You're not going to turn up your nose or anything.
I'm going to have the PB&J for sure. We did have a comment from somebody on the text machine. It locked on me. I think it was from Wilma.
I was going to say, was it Wilma?
I think it was from Wilma.
Hi, Wilma.
Good morning. Yes, it was. She says she prefers smooth peanut butter.
Okay.
There we go. Got her take. We're running out of time here on the show today, but we got to go ahead and open up our community calendar.
Okay. I love it, though.
I do, too. We'll have to probably go fairly quickly on some of these, but first one here, Spoon Catapult Challenge from the library. It's in their youth program room at 4:30. You can build a catapult with spoons and popsicle sticks and see how many baskets you can sink. Program is for tweens in grades 3 through 5, and no registration is required. That's tonight at 4:30.
All right. Next is Cruising Through the Library with Miss September and Friends. This is in the River Room of the library tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Children and families are invited to join Miss September along with her delightful puppet friends as they embark on a magical journey that celebrates the joy of reading, imagination, and creativity. This program is for children of all ages accompanied by an adult. No registration is required.
Nice. You had me at Puppet Friends.
Yeah.
The Homeschool Art Club, families with students in grades K through 12 will explore art history, techniques, and mediums in the Homeschool Art Club. No registration is required. This is going on youth program room at the library on Thursday at 2:30.
All right. Puppets creep me out a little bit.
Oh, yeah? Don't tell some of the ones we have around here.
I know. Sensory Night at the museum is happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. In recognition of Autism Awareness Month, the Kentucky Historical Society is celebrating the neurodiverse patrons by hosting a sensory-friendly experience. This after-hours event will feature low lighting and reduced sound levels, allowing visitors to enjoy the museum without the hustle and bustle of a typical day. Immerse yourself in the history by engaging your 5 senses. Participate in a sensory scavenger hunt, create your own discovery bottle, and explore tabletop sensory bins in the classroom space. Visitors will also have the opportunity to taste a Majeska candy and try an Ale 8 from the 1792 gift shop. But that is an additional fee. All food items are available while supplies last. You want me to go on?
Very cool. I think we're good. But I think it's a very cool event, very cool program.
A lot happening. There's a quiet zone, books, puzzles, fidget toys, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but it's nice to have this sensory friendly event here.
Sure.
And then also going on at the library Thursday at 6:30, it is Teen Craft. They're doing needle felting.
Oh.
Whether you've never needle felted before or you're an old pro, you'll enjoy this night of crafting a new plushy friend. That's very cool. It's nice when you can craft something with your own hands and you can just take it home with you.
Take it home. Absolutely.
I think that's very cool. It's going on Thursday at 6:30 for teens in grades 6 through 12. No registration is required for that one.
Yeah.
I want to give another shout out to the library. I recently discovered the do you know about the Canopy app?
No.
I want to say that we've had a segment on it before.
Okay.
Through the library.
Okay.
But I recently discovered that it's got a lot of pretty decent movies, and you can access it through.
We have had a segment on it. Dalton.
That's right. Yep. I was thinking that was right. That we had talked about it before.
Yeah.
But I just discovered it. It's one of the things on Letterboxd, my favorite app. You can tell it that's one of the services you have is Canopy.
Okay.
And it'll pop up, and you go to look at a movie. I recently looked for 12 Angry Men, which I've never seen. Weirdly enough, shame on me. I've never seen it. And it says, it's on Tubi and Pluto, but also it's on Canopy. And so if you have a library card, which you should, you can sign in with your library card. And I realized that mine had just expired.
Yeah.
Went down yesterday. It took 30 seconds.
Yep.
And they re-upped my card for another 2 or 3 years or whatever. So very appreciative of our public library here in Frankfort, Paul Sider. They just do amazing work.
Yes.
Shout out to all of them.
Yep.
Do we want to talk about the FPB app?
Yeah, let me do that real quick.
Yeah.
This is something we're promoting because it is so important to our customers. The MyFPB app, oh, look at there. You can download it now using that QR code. It's going to give you information, access to all of your account information. You can view your bill. You can pay your bill. You can check out your usage. Anything that you can do on the portal, which is another service that we have online, you can do it on the app. We're really promoting that you can opt in for outage notifications. Hello. So if there is an power outage in your area, or a boil water advisory in your area, if there's a telecom outage, you will be notified. And then that way you don't have to call in. You'll know that we're aware of it, and you'll know what's going on, and we'll keep you up to date. You do have to opt in for those notifications, and it's really important that you do. So that's something we encourage all of our customers to do. But go to that QR code right now and pick up the MyFPB app, and you can get it in the Apple Store or the Google Play, anywhere where you get your apps. Check it out.
You can hit that QR code that's on screen in just a second and download it from there too.
Absolutely.
A really good idea to have that app, like you said, to get notified, but also get notified when it's time to pay your bill.
Yeah.
And
it
just takes a few seconds. And before I would get the emails. Yeah. And I would see that email and click the link, and it would take me right to the portal. Yeah. The my.fpb portal.
I have paid mine online for 7 or 8 years.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. And it's honestly, it couldn't be easier. But now with the app, they've found a way to make it easier somehow. Yeah. And you get the notification straight to your phone, not to your email. Right. So very cool. Cathy, let's find out what's coming up on Cable 10 the next few days.
Excellent.
All right, it's a Wednesday, and that means we've got a couple of doses of global connections for you, 5 and 5:30. 6 p.m. is Kiwanis, 7 p.m. is City Commission from last week. And then Thursday, we got a few Frankfort Heritage Lecture series for you. At 5, it's the Commonwealth's Castle presentation from March 8th. And then 6:30, Kentucky Historical Society, Part 2. And then at 8 o'clock, Franklin County Reference featuring Russ Hatter from the 18th. Mm-hmm. And then Friday, back here for another live around 10, this time with Harvey and Scott. And then Friday night, we'll have a little snack chat marathon for you. Yeah. Starting at 5 o'clock, featuring Ernie Dixon, Susie Hosley, Jim Seaver, and Trash Talk's very own Allie Hall.
There you go.
Very cool.
Ernie Dixon, fill me in. How did I miss that one?
It was one of the early ones. It was when we did it last year, and he's from the library.
Okay.
But we tried some Mountain Dews.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's one of our early ones. You have to catch it Friday night or on the Cable 10 YouTube channel where all those are sitting. And like we said earlier, we'll have Blair's. On Friday.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be on our YouTube channel and soon to be on Cable 10.
Nice.
All right, Cathy, I think we have time for at least one hot topic, so let's mildly heat things up.
Okay.
I've heard a little bit about this story as the MLB baseball season just kicked off.
It's here.
Late last week, right? Mm-hmm. Thursday. And the Yankees are in the news, if you haven't seen, with their bats because it created a stir, or torpedo bats.
Oh, okay.
Amid a 15-homer weekend barrage, which is kind of wild.
It's not
wild. It's not a thing.
So what's the deal with the bats?
Let's find out.
Okay.
And people were wondering if it's cutting edge or cutting corners.
Oh, okay.
And that's the discussion around the New York Yankees' new torpedo bats, as you can see an image of it there. Which are on full display this past weekend, like we mentioned, a historic home run barrage. Yankees made home run history during their season opening homestand, tying an AL-NL record with 15 home runs in their first 3 games of a season and tying a club mark with 13 home runs in 2 games. Okay. They belted 4 in Sunday's 12-3 win after clubbing 9 on Saturday. The difference between a regular baseball bat and the torpedo style is that the widest part of the bat, or the barrel, rests in a non-traditional location closer to the hitter's hands instead of at the furthest end. Huh. And they're legal, apparently.
Oh, I see how it's more narrow at the very end.
Oh, yeah, you can see that there.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball confirmed Sunday that the bats do not violate Major League rules or bat supplier regulations. Rule 3.02 states that bats cannot be more than 2.61 inches in diameter and 42 inches in length.
Okay.
It appears that the torpedo bats primarily came about after the Yankees analytics department performed a study on their player, Anthony Volpe. They found that he frequently hit balls on the label of the bat rather than the barrel. So, hey, why not just make that part wider?
Okay.
The Yankees argued that the bats do not alter the game drastically. You can probably speak to the team that they played. I don't know. They say it doesn't alter it. They compared it to a golfer honing their club selections.
Okay.
So what do we think? Are the Yankees just that good or just that good at scheming?
I mean, I figured other teams can do their bats too.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. That might be we might have to ask Harvey. Harvey's sort of our resident baseball guy.
Yeah.
So I might have to get his take on Friday about it.
Okay.
Because I haven't read. I've just seen some headlines.
Right.
I haven't really read much into it
Right.
and how it affects other teams
Well,
and whether
if
or not
it's legal.
But it sounds like everybody has had the opportunity to augment their bats. But I think just people are like, nah, we'll just get it from wherever.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, we know Louisville Slugger is a huge distributor of bats, so I'm not sure if that's who made this or if they're kind of, I don't know. It feels a little schemy, but it feels like we're dancing around the borders of what the rules allow.
Change.
But as we know with baseball, it's so different with the fields. You can have different. Like the outfields are different as long as the diamond is the same.
Yeah.
Everything else is different.
Yeah.
You know, with Boston, they got the big green wall out there and different things for different fields and stadiums.
Right.
So, you know, it's a little different from that than like a football field that has to be this thing. Basketball has got to be this.
Measured out.
Yeah. Soccer kind of does that too. They have some parameters that they can work in as long as it's a certain thing.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have to get Harvey's take.
If it's legal and everybody has the opportunity to do it, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we'll see how the rest of MLB feels. I would imagine as we go through. We'll have to leave. I think we'll have to leave this last story. But it is a cool story. I was reading up on this about the author who didn't have anybody show up at his book signing. But it has a really nice ending where he ends up getting a lot of followers and a lot of book sales because it went viral. So good for him. But maybe the guys can talk about that on Friday if I haven't spoiled too much of it.
I don't know. I think you pretty much talked about it,
told the whole
Zack.
story, but it's a cool thing if people want to go check it out. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. There's our Facebook links. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like we mentioned, you can see all those meetings and all the Snack Chat episodes that Brett puts together. Does a great job with that. And all of our segments as well on the show. You can see those there. If you have any questions, comments, you want to share your community event, contact us at cableton@fewpb.com or use the text machine by texting 502-353-0233. And Cathy, if they want to show us some love, how should they do?
If you enjoy the show, we want to hear from you. So use this QR code that's on the screen right now and leave us a 5-star review on Google. We appreciate it.
And we also want to leave a 5-star review to our guests
Absolutely.
on the show today.
It was so fun.
We had a city scoop with Blair Hecker and city commissioners in Katima, Smith-Willis and Leesa Unger. And then also Natalie, Lile with us with a couple of exchange students, David from Sweden and Stella from Italy.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes.
Honestly, it was a really, really fun show we had today.
Very.
And we want to thank Brett and David and Crystal and Zack and for their work on the show today. We also want to thank I want to thank Dylan as well for giving us that weather report.
Okay.
Really great. I mean, we really appreciate his work giving us those weather reports, but you know, we want to be weather aware. We didn't mention it, but there's some storms rolling through.
Storms brewing
Tonight. So give him a big thank. We also want to give a big thank you to our sponsors, plural.
Yes.
Today's episode, Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. We appreciate them. And our newest sponsor, Serafini. They're over there on 243 West Broadway in downtown Frankfort. thank you so much to both of them.
Hey, I appreciate you being here.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm happy to be here. Harvey couldn't make it today, so I'm so glad that you were able to step in.
That's right. Yeah, he's going to fill in for me on Monday as well, but he'll be on Friday too. But we'll be back. We got guests from Reforest Frankfort as well. We'll talk about that on Friday. So, but remember, we'll see you Friday. And remember, if it happens around town,
it's on around 10.